It all started with God, of course. The great I Am made this whole planet just for us. It was a beautiful garden. At least it was. But then people started picking on each other, telling lies, worshiping rocks and statues and things. God was very unhappy about all that, especially the worshiping rocks stuff. So the Lord called Abraham and his family out of the land of Ur, way over here, and planted them at the crossroads of the world in a land called Canaan, right here. The idea was that this family would instruct the world in the right worship of God and how to treat each other. They would be a kingdom of priests. But then, because of a famine, Abraham's great-grandson Joseph and his family ended up in Egypt, and eventually their descendants became slaves, building things there. No, we didn't build the Sphinx, but it is pretty cool looking. God heard our cries, and while you know this part of the story, they made a major motion picture out of it. There's me in the starring role when I was younger. Handsome fella. So finally I gathered up all the Hebrews and we went across the Red Sea and down the Sinai Peninsula to the mountain of God. Complaining all the way, I might add. Sometimes we human beings don't know how good we have it to be led by God. I had to keep reminding them of this, and that's just what God and I did. Well, mostly God. Once we got to Mount Sinai, the Lord said, "Moses, come up here." So I went up amid the fire and smoke and thunder of God's presence, and God carved the 10 Commandments out of stone and gave them to me. "Thou shalt not have any other gods before me," and so forth. But when I got back down the mountain, I found Aaron and the people worshiping a golden calf. I was so mad I threw the commandments down and broke them. Fortunately for us all, God made another set, and this time we put them in the Ark of the Covenant for safekeeping for our journey to Canaan, the Promised Land. Here we are, back at the bottom of the mountain at St. Catherine's Monastery. Pilgrims come from all over the world to see for themselves the place where God made clear his expectations for right living.